We are back at it again here with another video at the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with SHIB token, Shiba Inu, continuing to fight and hold support here in the tight range that we broke down in our last video. We're going to break down some key points and key levels to watch and what's going on with the bull and bear indicators. And in today's volatility, we also had the SPY, right, moving upwards, and our SPY bot at 9:30 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength there as you see in the charts on the screen, and call options went up 150% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts and gain access to our 42 vision indicators and join a community of members that are using these resources and indicators to gain an edge over the charts, whether stocks are going up or going down, or crypto or forex as well, you can now gain access to it. The link is down below in the description to join us. We look forward to having you join us. The link is down below. Now here we are with 42 vision showing red bars, right? It went from dark green down towards red bars. The last piece missing, if the weakness were to continue, is white with red borders, right? That's what it does on 42 vision, does full transitions. We haven't seen a full transition downwards. And in the last video, we saw a bear indicator pop up near up here, close to the 40s and 2700, which we'll go ahead and pull up in just a moment and break down some key levels here within the charts and see that where the bear indicator had popped up and how it plays a role on resistance here at these levels. Now, I was looking at this article and we talked about it in our last video. Will Shiba Inu reach 1 cent by 2025? And it states here, right? 47% of Benzinga readers say ... and the 47% are saying yes. More people are saying no than yes, but there's nearly almost a 50% shot there of people that are reading and tracking Shiba Inu thinking that it's possible. Now, the likelihood, again, it's speculation. It's going to take a lot of burning of Shiba Inu. It has a high burn rate. They talk about that here in the article. You could see it there. If it continues to see it, in that event, the cryptocurrency can end up having a lower supply available. Now, it's huge. It's in the trillions, right? And one thing that made Shiba Inu hit the all-time highs, and we broke that down in our chart last time, it was when it was getting more adopted, right? And it was actually expanding to other platforms. And it talks about it here as well in this article when it got onto platforms like Coinbase and also Robinhood. And it was a lot harder, right, for investors to buy Shiba Inu. Now it's more accessible. More people know about it. It's the Dogecoin killer. There's a lot of competition between Dogecoin's performance and Shiba Inu. And you could see here Shiba Inu in this tight range. Even though Dogecoin has tried pushing upwards, it's rejecting again at key resistance levels. And Shiba Inu has kind of sat flat. And this is something important to not ignore, because if Dogecoin starts to sharply drop again and it does break through support levels, Shiba Inu may follow and move even faster than that. And we broke that down specifically in our last video. So it's going to take a huge burn rate. There is a lot more mass adoption. Now, as we saw in the polls based off Benzinga readers, 47% are saying yes, it could reach 1 cent. 53% are saying no. But there is also the speculation that it could reach 3 zeros and a 1, right? And it missed it by not that much. And that's why that all-time high is something to not ignore, because if it breaks through it, all it needs to do is break through 4 zeros and a 9 and then head towards that 3 zeros and a 1 and break through that resistance and hit a new all-time high, or continue to push even further away from that if the euphoria and excitement and the bullishness, right, of bulls taking over continues to push it to even newer highs. So it is something to not ignore, and the possibility is there. But the 1 cent, it's going to take a huge burn rate and more mass adoption, more platforms, and more people joining these platforms and being aware of Shiba Inu. And the speculation is just there. Eventually, they're saying 2025 on this specific, right, article, but it's going to take a lot more time than that, in my opinion. But that's an opinion, right? Not financial advice. And the possibility of 1 cent is still a huge speculation. Just based off the supply and demand, it is something to be aware of. All right. I look forward to seeing your comments down below. Do you think 3 zeros and a 1 is highly likely or even possible? Because 1 cent is a huge speculation, but 3 zeros and a 1, do you think that all-time high of 4 zeros and an 8 goes ahead and gets broken through and we head towards those 3 zeros and a 1? I look forward to seeing those thoughts. So here we are. Okay, we're going to break this down with 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips, which is why we're Fred borders here, and the rips to the dips from bright green to why we're Fred borders. And we're also going to pull up our bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. And we're going to break it all down, and we use it to gain that edge and get clarity over these charts, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with SHIB token, Shiba Inu, under a bear indicator on the 4-hour chart. We broke this down in our last video at the 2500 area, and it's been sitting there and rejecting if you pay attention. And this is why it's been a huge resistance. Before it popped up, things rejected near that area. And after it popped up, it's rejected every time it gets close to it. And here it is dropping sharply from the 2500 area, right, down to 2400, right? 4 zeros and 2400. If it breaks through the support of 4 zeros and 2200, it is something to not ignore. We broke that down in our last video. And the next level would then be down towards the 2000 mark, right? 4 zeros and 2000. And then below that comes where things sat flat before running up under that bull indicator from down here at the 1700 area, right? 4 zeros and 1700 at the level of 4 zeros and 1800. That is something to not ignore. So this whole entire tight range is critical. If those get broken through, then the next support I'll be watching if this bear indicator continues to hold. And then also the one on the 1 day pops up. That's something to not ignore. There hasn't one that's popped up in this volatility. If one does pop up and those supports get tested, then below that I'll be watching 4 zeros and 14 to 1500, that tight range below there. And then we'll have to reassess and break down what's going on at those levels. But to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical here for that bull indicator on the 1 hour to continue to hold, this bear indicator here on the 4 hour to get canceled with the bull indicator, get those inflows to follow as well, and then also break through the resistance of 4 zeros and 2700, and then comes 4 zeros and 3000, which is where the resistance and highest point that we've hit recently. So that is something here that is crucial. Even when we lower the time frame down towards the 2 hour, we could see here in this volatility no bull indicator, right? A bear indicator holding true here since the 2600 mark of 4 zeros and 2600. That's going to need to get canceled as well. And then when we zoom back out, the bigger picture is still holding. But if that bull indicator gets canceled, that is something to not ignore. And those support levels are going to be crucial. Now, if 4 zeros and 3000 gets broken through and bull indicators start to pop up and the momentum in bulls continue to hold strong, then I'll be watching 4 zeros and 3200. So those are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside here with Shiba Inu. Again, lots of articles coming out. Will Shiba Inu hit 1 cent? Will it hit 3 zeros and a 1 and break out to new all-time highs, surpassing the last all-time high from the history of the charts and what happened back in 2021? And the highest it hit earlier this year in March was up here near 4 zeros and 4500. So Shiba Inu has been pretty strong in that last run, and it's slowly coming back up. But if you look at the bigger picture here, even though it's under a bull indicator, it is fighting near where that bear indicator popped up at 2300. That's another level to not ignore. And then up here, it rejected where things were fighting last time, which is near at 4 zeros and 3,000, 4 zeros and 2,900. So definitely levels here to keep in mind. And it's not only Shiba Inu, the overall crypto market is slowing down. And then you also have here Dogecoin trying to push up. It's looking really strong here. It pushed up higher than it did earlier in March. And you have also Matic here slowly reversing, but not that strong. And then you also have here Cardano slowing down where things were at all-time highs in 2024. It was up here near 78 cents, 79 cents, 80 cents area back in March, right? Those were the all-time highs for 2024 on Cardano. So Shiba Inu is fighting here. There are bull indicators on multiple charts, but it is something to not ignore how tight this range is looking, and it's trying to push downwards here to retest support levels, and these bear indicators have not get canceled. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and those are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and 42 vision, I'll be watching it with those inflow versus outflows. Thank you so much for watching, and let's make some money.